Socks. I like socks. Do you like socks? 'Cause I do. Socks. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. I even like to wear them as underwear. I've got a lot of socks at my disposal. Let me show you my collection. This whole section of my drawers full of big old smelly socks. I like socks. Do you like socks? 'Cause I do. Socks. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. If your feet are cold, then take a pair of
socks. Are quite the treasure. You can use them as a strainer or container. Look at all this awesome shit that you can put inside a sock. It's white and fluffy and inviting to your foot. It's so exciting. I can't wait all day and nighting just to get some fucking
socks.
Socks, you ask? You will soon find out. What the hell are they talking about? This is Ego and Vice, episode 127.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Red. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago. Well, I got the hell out. From time to time you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crocs and rolls is where I learned to play. Westwood Tavern's where I learned to walk away.
Hey, this is Mike. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 127. Thank you so much for coming back. Season 7 has been rolling on, and really having a good time. Booked solid until May. I don't know where I'm going to find the time to do it all, but I love doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it. Thank you so much for supporting the new website, egoandvicepodcast.com. It's been, I've got some comments. People like it. I was a little worried about it just because, I don't know, websites, right? I guess, but it really is. Like I say, it's the one-stop shop for Ego and Vice, and the usual question I get is, how can I listen to the podcast? And ever since I launched the website, I think I've gotten one less question of that question. So, hey, success. I'll take it in small increments. Anyway, today on the podcast, I have 3 members of the band Root Cause. I have Alex, Liam, and, you know him, you love him, Stuart. Stuart is also in Neon Ghost House, so he is becoming a quick veteran of Ego and Vice. And Stu was having some sock problems, but that'll all get sorted out in the wash. Wink, wink. Right now, I'm going to play a song by Root Cause, then we're going to come back with a conversation with the guys. So let's do that. This is Ego and Vice.
I swear to God I own socks.
In the corpse they were getting closer, so we pulled off onto the shoulder. Not one meant for us to cry on. about your ex. Talk about my future like you talk about your ex. Please don't talk about my family like you talk about your past. Talk about my future like you talk about your ex. Please don't talk about my family like you talk about your past.
Hey, we're back. This is episode 127. This is Ego and Vice. I am sitting here, as promised in the intro, with the three members of the Ottawa band Root Cause. I'm here with Liam, Alex, and return guest, Stu. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, we're
Pretty
doing
good,
Thanks.
Yeah, how's the week treating you? It's Monday. Shit, I guess it's not much happened so far, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
not,
it's been
not too much.
Been a bit of a mess so far.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I woke up and then I realized that I actually had 2 midterms to do
Oh, well.
this morning. So
That is that's stressful. Yeah, I don't have midterms anymore.
yeah, that's,
I woke up and I realized I had to do a podcast, and that kind of stressed me out a little bit
that's just the worst. You would not want to be doing that on a
That
Monday.
would suck.
too. So what we normally do, or what I normally do on Ego and Vice, is I'll do kind of like a round table. You can introduce yourself, what you do in the band, and the question this week will be, I'm on the spot. I didn't really think of one, so tell me your favorite local music moment of 2023. And we'll start with.
Okay, I am Liam. I'm play guitar and sing in Root Cause. And I think my favorite moment I've seen so far this 2024, you said?
2023.
2024. Well, my favorite moment of 2024 was Rich Chris crowd diving.
In which one of his? Oh, was he been playing in one of his 18
no,
bands, or
just a patron, just a showgoer this
he was
evening.
just there. Oh, that's
And
nice.
he just, he said he hasn't done it in about 6 years, but he thought the mood was right, and he just chucked himself off the stage of the Rainbow and right on his belly, and the crowd caught him.
Oh, they caught him. Well,
And it was good to see.
he's a pretty well-respected guy, so I guess you should catch Rich, right?
Yeah.
If it was anyone else, they'd probably let him go. Where the crowd parts. Whoop. Nope, ain't happening. Anyway, good one.
I'm Alex. I play bass. I think one of my favorite moments was actually in 2023, but it was, within a year from today. We went down to Brantford, and 2 of our friends' bands were playing there, Guest Room Status and Dark Trees, and it was awesome to see that people love them just as much as we do in another city.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? You can sell your own city out. People know who you are, so it's easy to bring a crowd out. You go to a different city, and if there's some buzz, there's some traction, and they're coming out for you, then you know you're doing something right? Anyway, moving on.
I'm Stuart. I play drums, and my favorite moment is seeing Steven and the Stab Wounds and their use of sampling. There are a lot of little moments where I was like, "Oh, you could do that. That's awesome."
It's a great band name too.
Yeah, they're cool guys.
Steven and the Stab Wounds. All right, so let's talk about Root Cause. Who wants to delve deep into the origins of Root Cause?
This is a weird start. Liam and I met in the parking lot of the dorms at Algonquin College, where I was skateboarding in the middle of winter, and Liam just walked right through the parking lot straight to me. I was all alone. It was a Sunday, and Liam said, "Oh, no way, you skate too." And then we've been
Turns out he
friends
did.
since. Yeah.
Okay. When he was coming at you, did you think you were gonna have to fight him?
Oh, I thought I was gonna get robbed.
Okay.
He had his hood up. He had a black toque on.
Seems a little menacing. Came straight at me.
Yeah, empty parking lot.
Running too. I was running. I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
in
walk.
a real hurry.
I remember when I was a kid and I used to skateboard in the winter. We used to go to the parkades, like the indoor parkades, and as soon as your grip grip tape got wet, that was it. It was the end. Or the security guard like chased you.
Kicked you out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we
that's a
tried.
bummer.
We tried. -30. All right. So you guys realized that you played instruments and
Yeah.
stuff. What kind of background do you have with playing music? Like, have you always played guitar? Do you write songs? Like, what's going on?
For me, I started playing guitar like in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in a band just playing guitar in high school and whatnot, and then we just kind of broke apart. But then I always kind of played like just acoustic and wrote like folk kind of songs. And then, but I always wanted to do like this kind of thing. And then, yeah, we just started jamming, and then we're like, all right, we got to try and find a drummer, and that was it.
Cool. Have you had previous bands before this?
Nothing other than like playing with my friends in my garage.
Yeah, garage bands. Awesome. Well, that's where you start, right? You kind of fuck around with your first few bands. That's going into a completely different story. Whose was it? Oh, it was Guest Room Status. It was Guest Room Status is their first band ever.
Yeah.
And it's like what you were just talking about. Like, it's like, I used to fuck around with my friends in garage. That's how first bands are supposed to be, right? Guest Room Status are just like doing fine. I don't know. It's like a weird, I don't know. Doesn't happen too often. Anyway. So when you started jamming, was it just the two of you? Like, you said you had to find a drummer. How did you run into Stuart? Or did he seek you out?
I kind of seeked them out. They had a drummer for a little while, and then they were looking for a drummer, and they were on like a little bit of a, like, I guess, hiatus, but I saw that they had some shows booked. And I had heard that they didn't have a drummer, and I had offered. I was like, because I had seen them live a couple times and then played a show with them, and I really liked kind of the stuff that they were doing. And I was like, this band's too fucking good to not be playing shows. Like, there's shows coming up. So I hit them up and just said, like, hey, if you guys ever need a drummer, like, for a one-off show or something like that, let me know, because I would, like, one, I really wanted to play with them, and then two, also, I want them to still play just in the meantime. And then first show I ever played with them was at skate park with actually Thundercock and Bade and Zine.
There you go.
And it was a really cool show, and then kind of hung out a bit more, and then joined the band, and here we are.
Just for my curiosity, and we can cut this out after if you want, what happened to the original drummer?
Things just didn't work out. We had different tastes per se.
Yeah.
It was just like a bad match in the end, and like at the same time as someone is a drummer in your band, it doesn't mean that your social lives really line up.
Yeah, I guess so. Being in bands are hard. Finding the right members are hard. If you can find good chemistry and stuff, it's more important than playing sometimes. You know what I mean? I've always said that. Like, you might not be the greatest guitar player in the world, but you're a really good dude and you gel really well. You'd rather have that guy than the super fucking crazy good guy, and he's a complete dickhead, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, sometimes, I'm sure it was on good terms to a certain extent, but who knows? So I've been listening to Root Cause over the last couple days just to kind of get associated with it. Yeah. And I did a little bit of research. I try to jot some stuff down to kind of, have something to talk about. And your EP, Chuck It Out, was released in November of last year. Yeah. And Sandy from Teenage Fiction produced it.
Yeah, he did. Recorded, engineered, produced.
How was that experience?
It was really good. Like, Sandy's a great, really cool guy, really good to work with, and also really technically good at, like, making sure everything is mic'd correctly, and it's just, he's really, really good to work with.
Cool. Where did you do it? Did he come to you? Because I know he does, like a lot of mobile stuff, too, does he not?
Yeah. He came to us, and then we just did it in the basement, and...
Cool.
Yeah.
How long did it take? How many songs are there? There's I noticed that you had some singles. Did you do all that recording at the one time, or did you have a couple singles and then you put it all together as an EP?
So every song except Unravel was done with Sandy, all in 2 days.
Okay.
And then we just released it kind of to spread it out a bit and try and do that sort of thing.
Yeah. Recording's expensive, and if you can find someone to do it, that is accommodating to like your budget or to your time, and depending on what you want too. You don't really want to go into some crazy big studio and pay thousands of dollars for like a 3-song EP, right? And guys like Sandy are super valuable because not only does he do it for you, I'm sure he loved doing it too, because he's just so like music is, that's what he is. He just has this aura of kind of music around him, and he's very smart too, and he's very nice. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah,
right?
he is,
So
totally.
I actually touched base with Sandy. He's been on the show before, on Ego and Vice before, and I think it was around the same time before I took my vacation. I was thinking about just doing like some acoustic stuff. And I can record it, but it's just I don't know when to quit when I do it myself. So I just asked him. I sent him a text and I said, "Hey, how do you do your acoustic?" And he got back to me right away. Big long thing, super friendly. And I'm like, man, I might record with him just because.
You should.
Yeah, he's really, really cool.
Yeah, sometimes you need an outside opinion, because I do a lot of recording by myself here, and I just, like I said, I never know when to quit.
Fair.
It's like I have like 12 tracks of harmonies on like one chorus, and I'm like, I should stop because I'll never be able to anyway.
Well, you can just hit every single note and then click which ones go together.
Work. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if I ever try and play it live, it's gonna sound pretty thin. Anyway, who's Chuck?
I think Liam knows Chuck the best.
Chuck is just this. He's kind of an uncle. He's a family friend, and
He's a chunkle.
yeah, exactly. He's my stepdad's good friend, growing up, and just a very eccentric guy, like just almost like Santa Claus kind of vibe, like about, I don't know, like just 300-400 pound guy, really super jolly, nice long brown hair, great big beard, super nice guy. And I kind of parted ways like with my stepfather and such, things kind of go the way they do with life, and
Such is life, my friend.
I ended up seeing Chuck again after about 10 years in an LCBO in Smith Falls, Ontario. I got a good friend out there, Gail Hart Lewis, and whatnot. But anyways, I was in there and I saw him and I was just like, oh shit. And then I just said, all right, peace out, Chuck. And then, that's how it came about.
So did you tell Chuck, next time you see him, are you going to say, did you know that you're my muse?
I will tell him that, certainly.
I think that's a very, very romantic moment between you and Chuck, and I think you should definitely do it.
I'll let him know.
That's really cool. It's like Backseat Dragon have what's the bear's name?
Oh, Steven.
Steven
yeah.
and the stab wound.
You got Steven. Yeah, you got Steven and you got Chuck, right? And I said that to I'm going to repeat myself, and I hope people don't put it together, but at the end of your career, will the music of Root Cause be the soundtrack of Chuck's life?
Oh, I sure hope not.
I sure hope not. I sure hope not.
I think that if we put together a soundtrack of Chuck's life,
It'd be very prog.
Yeah, it'd be very prog. Like lots of like horns and
Maybe one
big
like
volume
flute song.
saws, like
Yeah, some flutes.
Okay.
Toe kind of
Well,
stuff.
that's a segue. That's a good segue. The music of Root Cause. Who does most of the writing? You guys do it all together, or?
I feel like me or Alex will think of a riff, and then I'll like sit on it, work with it a bit, and then kind of see where it goes, and then
How do you feel? And you're the vocalist, like you sing in the band. Do you write all your own lyrics?
Yeah, for most of the songs, Alex wrote most of the almost all the lyrics. I would say all the lyrics to Basement Song.
I find that when you're a lyricist in a band, like when it comes to music, and I'm the same way with my bands, it's just like we all kind of share on the music, and then the lyricist writes. How do you feel about like sharing lyrics? Can you sing other people's lyrics? Could you go to the band members? Could you go to Alex and say, "Hey, write me lyrics to sing"? Or is it kind of a personal thing that you want to kind of keep close to your?
I can, and the thing with that is I can't just like sing. Like Alex will like send me a text with like a bunch of lyrics that he's put in a song together, and I feel like I'll have to change certain syllables and like the way that the words kind of like go together just to fit because I'll usually have like a vocal melody,
like an editor,
in my head beforehand, like just while I'm kind of reading it and think the way that I see. So like in that sense, I can. Like, I don't really have a issue with that, but I feel like it's hard for me to like make it exactly the way that he was envisioning it.
I find that I think any vocalist does have lyrics in his mind too of something, and I find that if you have that right, and you don't say you just have a chorus, right, and then someone adds maybe a verse or a line, and if it doesn't, like maybe the words fit together, but it doesn't fit the same kind of feel, it's just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of like that. I hold lyrics kind of close to my chest when it comes to things. It's like I'll just do the lyrics and stuff, and I think sometimes it's easier, but. How do you feel about this? I'll throw this out there. If you're super gelling with instruments, and you guys sometimes, like, you're in a band long enough, you know exactly what they're going to play before they play. Do you think that works with lyrics too, where it's like I know what he's going to say next type of stuff?
I feel like there's been some times where stuff just comes together well, and one of those examples is Unravel. Liam had part of the song ready to go, and he would just hum it. And then one day, I can't remember what we were coming home from, but we came home from some event, and Liam started playing it. He started humming it, and then the words were just popping into my head. So that one is one that's like got sections of the song that Liam wrote, and then the melody is still what Liam had, but the words.
And same with this Who's Got Smokes and Little Lulu / Hindenburg. We wrote that song kind of together, actually, just like playing like kind of line by line, just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's neat when things just kind of like, as a band, I guess you should write together. It shouldn't be like that kind of the dictator comes in and says, play this and play that and play that. And if you can share music, you can share lyrics. And if it all falls together, then, you know, you have a good thing going. And if it comes like easy and you start to get like, not a pattern, I'd say, but just a real kind of groove, then you have your own sound, right? And that's who you are. So, how are things as a 3-piece? I think you're the first 3-piece that I've had on the show in probably ever. I think.
Backseat.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the second. Very good.
You're so close.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
God damn it.
All right, we gotta find one member to kick it. That way we're the first 2.
2-piece.
Has that
There
been
you
done
go.
yet?
Yeah. No. Yeah. You
All right,
can
rock,
do
paper,
that.
scissors.
Or draw straws.
You do a
Yeah.
Fired on the air. It's momentous. With my band Goat, yeah, I've been a 3-piece forever, and I've had other guitar players come in.
Yeah.
And it works for a bit, and then they kind of leave the band, and I'm kind of glad you're gone now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I don't know, there was just a certain chemistry with the guys that I had, you know. So, are you looking to stay 3, or are you gonna expand, or just come what may?
You know, I feel like I'm personally stuck between wanting another guitar player and also like wanting to stay a 3-piece. Because I feel like a lot of like the new songs per se have like lead guitar parts that go over top of like the singing and also the chords, but I'm also like stuck because, yeah, like I said, I like the 3-piece kind of energy and portability, I guess.
You're right. There's definitely an ease to having a smaller band. It's less herding cats, as they say. Like, you see people that have 5-piece, 6-piece bands. It's great. Awesome. Very big, full sound, but the logistics of it all can get a little bit more complicated.
5 people now that have to be at the same spot.
Yeah, right? Everyone's it's 5 schedules that have to kind of jive. When 3, it's like still 3 schedules, but it's easier. And one thing I really liked about having that second guitar player in, because I play guitar and sing at the same time, it was a relief where I could just stop playing guitar for a while. When you're the only guitar player in a 3-piece rock band, you kind of can't stop playing guitar. And I could just let it breathe, and I could just kind of sing at parts because I knew that it was just the rhythm part, you know what I mean? It was kind of taken care of, so that was cool. That's the only thing I could say relating as a 3-piece band, which way it was good to have a 4th person in the band.
I mean, I love the logistics of it. Like, we have a show in Guelph, for instance, this Friday, and like Alex was like, "Hey, you guys want to play a show in Guelph?" Yeah, cool. All right, like, boom.
I can
easier
send it right back like 2 minutes later.
Yeah,
we can figure it out.
Right.
As for sound, I love doing a 3-piece. I mean, I'll never be opposed if like with another member, if it helps out with the songs, it helps out with the songs. But it's like same thing, like Liam said, where it's like I love being a 3-piece, but it's also like if it does us justice, then why not, right?
Yeah, man, I completely agree. Like 3-piece bands are just they work. And when you listen to the music though, like when I listen to the EP, it's very full sounding. I don't know if Sandy layered a lot of guitars or extra parts and stuff like that, but if that's more or less you know, meat and potatoes your sound, it sounds very full because the guitars are busy, you know what I mean? So or all the instruments are busy, right? So I think with 3-piece, because you are just 3, you have to overcompensate a little bit, make it just a little busier, a little bit more energy, you know what I mean? You gotta work just a little harder than, you know, a 5 like me who could hang back once in a while.
I think that all of us are kind of at the spot where there's not really any wasted time. Like we're not never doing anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, completely.
Like if we're between songs, Stu is still like making some pretty sounds on the cymbals and stuff. Like we're just not wasting any space.
There's no like no dead air, awkward
Yeah.
awkward silence.
Unless it's there on purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is also, I'm a huge fan of awkward silence.
Our silences are on purpose.
Especially on stage, I think it's kind of funny when
Yeah,
you're just
you
like
know,
and you
you're
pee your
just-
pants or something, you're just scared.
No, you gotta wait till it's completely dead quiet, then you go doo 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 doo, the audible tuning.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
loud
good
tuning
one.
is really awesome.
Nothing ruins a fucking moment like fucking on stage tuning, audible tuning.
Well,
start
the little
doing that.
It's
whistle
really sick. Yeah, the
blowing
blow
into the
whistle
whistle?
works really well for that.
Yeah, there you
We
go.
should start doing that more, or I'll just tune my drums like mid-song.
B flat. Perfect.
Yeah.
Get the key out and everything. Ding, 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 ding. That'd be pretty funny.
Or just, hey guys, I gotta go for a piss. You keep it busy for a minute, and then just go take a piss or go eat a sandwich.
Yeah, I just
come back.
we're adult
Take a phone
diapers.
call.
Yeah,
It's
take
not
a phone call. Come back.
Call your girlfriend. Come back to dinner.
That'd be funny getting a call mid-song and I'd be like, oh, I gotta take this. And you just hang back, you guys keep playing. Just hit the kick or something. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
A previous member in our band once sent his girlfriend money in the middle of one of our sets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She was real down about it, but you know, that's how it goes.
So as far as the band, what do you write about? What is
Okay,
a good
well,
question.
I'm gonna go first while Liam thinks about it. I think the songs that I've contributed to or written are usually about people that I know. Because I think my life, I've been pretty lucky that nothing too screwed up has happened for me to write about. So I just write about the screwed up things that happen in my friends' lives.
I write about my fucked up friends.
Yeah, and hope that they don't notice what I said about them.
They're all looking at each other as the song's on it. What the fuck? Anyway, that's cool. So more of not real topical stuff, just kind of like what's going on in your lives, situations, I guess. You know, relationships. Not always boyfriend, girlfriend, stuff like that, but just the human condition, if you will. And what's going on in your life. Yeah, I find that's the easiest thing to kind of pull from, right? And the last thing we need is another fucking political band or someone trying to preach or teach you a lesson or something. And music is, from my opinion, it should be something you can just kind of relate to and get lost in and write about, you know, what you want. And I write a lot of introspective stuff too, because I have a lifetime of material to pull from. So what the hell, right?
Fair. Yeah, totally.
So as far as live shows go, when you guys got together, where was the first show you played? That was the one you did with. I think you already said it.
Steven and the Stab Wounds. Juventude. And Pink Cloud Summer.
Cool. And how did it go? Did you guys gel well on stage right away?
We had a bulkier band. We were actually a 4-piece at the time, our very first show.
Jesus, after all that 3-piece talk, you hit me with that?
Yeah, well,
And it was at Avant-Garde, and
yeah, we're 3-piece at a heart. But yeah, it went well. especially considering it was our first show.
When was that? Like what year was that?
Last April?
Last March.
Last
I
March.
think.
Okay. And can you talk about some of the other shows that you've been playing, especially the ones that you weren't in that one they were just talking about? That was, I guess,
I'd seen them. It was the second show at the Rainbow, right?
Yeah, the second show
I'd
at the
seen them
Rainbow.
at the second show, and then I still remember. I was like front row, and then I remember seeing them, and first thing I thought is, whoa, these guys are really sweaty right now. Or Liam was like super sweaty, and then I didn't know what to expect. I had heard the name, and then they had me sold right away. And then I'll never forget the first time I heard "Peace Out, Chuck." I was like, I love this. So, no, I caught them at their first show, and then the Dom, and then House of Targ with Teenage Fiction and Class of 91. That was an awesome show.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first show I played with them was at the skate park, and after that it was the EP release show.
Cool. So relatively, you're pretty new band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Okay.
within a year old.
Under a year.
Yeah.
And you already have an EP, and you've already played a ton of shows. Do you have any touring planned? Do you want to play out of town? Have you played out of town?
We've
We
played,
played Toronto once.
We're going to Guelph this
Friday.
coming weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling as a three-piece is fun too. Everyone gets a seat, right? That's
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
2 people get seats. 1 person gets the roof box.
Yeah, the drummer. It's like an initiation thing. You know?
Okay.
It's an initiation that like goes on. It's a long initiation.
Okay.
We haven't figured out an end date for it
No,
yet.
it's gonna keep happening.
I mean, they feed me.
We give them snacks.
Barely.
What do they feed you though?
Barely
beer,
anything.
Leftover beer that they couldn't finish.
Like heel beer, like warm piss bottom beer.
Only Labatt 50. So it's
The
good.
bottom of a Labatt 50 and
Yeah.
what, like, you know, like spaghetti noodles when you don't put sauce on them and just kind of slide them under the door.
You know what's worse than a bottom of a Labatt 50?
What?
The top of a Labatt 50.
Oh.
The worst part of a Labatt 50 is the cap, the lid.
The lid is the only problem with the Labatt 50.
Do they give me socks though? Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. Thank you for putting them on.
He refuses to put the socks on.
It's usually a bit of a fight.
Yeah. Maybe we should touch on that.
I don't think we have to. But
The elephant in the room.
the elephant in the room. So I wasn't wearing socks, and
Yeah, we took a 2-minute break, and it was brought to my attention that Stu was not wearing socks.
thanks, Liam.
And I guess I should ask. I gave him socks because his feet. Maybe it's me, but his anyone's feet from outside were on my carpet, and I
I was wearing shoes.
okay.
That makes it that much better.
The inside of your shoes was then on my carpet.
He was barefoot in the snow.
But Stu, can we ask why don't you have socks?
So when I was just a boy, I used to never wear socks, really. But I had Spider-Man socks, and I was perfectly fine wearing Spider-Man socks. And see, I didn't bring my lucky pair of Spider-Man socks; they were in the wash, so came here barefoot.
Okay. Up there with the barefooted greats like Paul McCartney on the Abbey Road cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one asked Paul why he didn't have socks on. Well, they do now, but at the time they probably didn't.
Yeah. I think he was a government psyop. I think that's why.
Right.
I thought the Beatles was a psyop. If I was.
Yeah, I think Beatles were the first industry plant.
Yeah.
Wasn't the reason Paul didn't have socks on in that cover is because he's not the real Paul McCartney, and he was trying to tell people, look at me, I'm not wearing shoes. I'm not the real Paul McCartney.
Well, that's why I don't wear socks, because I'm not the real Stuart MacFarlane.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
That guy's still in the roof box.
Yeah, I'm still in the roof. That guy's still in the roof box. I'm here.
What are you guys talking about? There's only 2 of you here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What are you talking about? You keep looking over there. I don't even understand. Anyway, so what do you guys got coming up? What's 2024 look like?
We're playing in Guelph on Friday this week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I guess this week.
It will have happened by the time this comes out, to my understanding.
And it was an amazing concert.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We killed it.
We fucking killed it.
We killed it.
We killed it.
Awesome. Very good.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
We're looking at playing some other out-of-town shows. We actually just started recording something very secret today with Sandy again. And that should be coming out sometime this year, hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. All right. Are you guys? I have a game. It's a question game.
Yep.
Would you guys be up for playing the question game?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Oh,
called
yeah.
It's called 13 Questions with the Band. So we're
Okay.
good to go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right on.
Time for 13 questions with the band. Yes, this segment's back again. It's called 13 questions, but I only asked 6, maybe 5.
Okay, we're back, and we're sitting here with Liam, Alex, and Stu from Root Cause, and we're going to play 13 Questions with the Band. As I always say, I have 13 questions, but I don't ask all 13. I just pull from the 13 questions.
Oh, it's like Russian roulette.
No. Stu's been on the podcast before, and he's been asked these questions, so I was torn. I didn't know what to do. And I was going to ask him the same questions, but then the whole sock thing happened. So now I'm going to...
What sock thing?
I'm going to try something... Who are we talking
We don't
about?
talk about it.
Sock.
I don't even know what we're talking
The
about.
first rule about sock thing is you don't talk about sock thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. First question for Root Cause. What was the very first concert you ever attended? Or ever
I think
saw?
I'll go first.
My first show ever was it was kind of a cosmic fusion. It was at the mall in Brockville, and it was a Barney type thing. And that was like the first like kind of musical introduction I had to
Like Barney
performing.
the dinosaur?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'd go see Barney right now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of ass out, works for his brother now, I think, but in the time
It's
it
kind
was
of
good.
washed up now.
Yeah.
Barney's washed up?
Yeah, I heard he's working for his brother now or something. I don't know.
Purple fades. It's a royal color, but it bleeds very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I love purple. Alex,
All right.
first concert.
That's a really good question. If we're talking about like concerts in just like the idea, in high school, I was really big into psychedelics as a kid does in high school because you're bored and you got nothing better to do in the suburbs. And I saw Jerry Garcia on a trip.
Oh,
and
cool.
He was playing to me personally, and it was awesome. But real concerts, I saw Roger Waters at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto.
Good show?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. It's more like an experience than a show, and it's probably the stupidest thing I've ever said, but there's like screens and stuff floating
There's still
around,
time.
stuff falling from the sky. It's like a
We
real,
can do better.
yeah.
Doesn't he wear like
there's
costumes and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's,
Like,
like,
they have,
costumes,
There's
there's, like,
choreography and everything.
some like little monkey on a tricycle. It's pretty sick.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen like the live. He's got like a Netflix thing for a little while.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been playing.
Yeah,
and
that's like basically exactly what I saw.
it was so sick. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
really cool.
Okay, Stu, what are people with electrophobia afraid of?
Electricity.
You're wrong. It's chickens.
God damn it! How did you not know that?
all right, you're getting hit out back. This is it.
Okay. Next question. What is your desert island record? If you were stuck on a desert island for a year or forever, and you can only bring one piece of music.
Oh my god. Mine would be Out of the Woods by David Wilcox.
Very good. Very good.
It's a strong answer. I don't know if I've ever thought about this. Transformer by Lou Reed.
Oh,
He
yeah?
recorded one to me.
Oh, interesting. Very good. Stu,
Yeah.
what's sorry, I gotta edit this better. What's the ruling dynasty of Monaco?
It's actually funny you asked that. I don't know.
You're wrong. It's Grimaldi.
Fuck.
Oh, you're so close, buddy.
That was close. That was
I was gonna say Patrick Swayze naked.
the Swayze Express.
The Swayze Express.
Nice. All right, next question. If Root Cause could open up for any band, who would they be?
Oh, I feel like we know the answer, and
It would be the Ex-Ambassadors at the Bronson Center on April 25th.
Isn't that happening?
It is.
Oh, okay.
So,
Please, Sean Scown, let us do
Yeah,
it.
there's one guy who can make this happen. Please, please let us do this.
I'll supply you with all the popcorn in the world.
A vegan popcorn.
Vegan. Vegan popcorn.
Did you have the same answer?
Oh, no, there's a very famous Super Bowl halftime show with a very important person who flies around, and I feel like because we're saying any band, this also means any time period, and we go back in time and we play with Creed at the Super Bowl halftime show.
With arms wide open.
Oh yeah.
Stu,
Yeah.
where in the human body would you find the medulla oblongata?
Liam, you're a nurse.
Yeah, but he can't help you.
Is it right beside the prostate?
Close. The
Oh.
brain.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's okay. The brain's right next to that one thing that's next to the other thing.
Okay. Next question. If you had a time machine and you could go back in time to visit any musical experience,
Oh,
what would it be?
It would be the Super Time halftime. It would be the Super Bowl halftime show to see Creed. That would be my ultimate moment in time. 100%.
I'm sensing a Creed theme.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I feel like since I already answered that, I'm gonna give my second, and let's go see that one Fugazi show when Ian was hanging in the basketball net. That seemed pretty sick.
Ian MacKay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go see anything with Ian MacKay. I've seen Fugazi live.
Oh,
Really?
How are
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I didn't appreciate it. I wish I saw them tomorrow, but unfortunately I can't. But yeah, I was younger. It was in Minneapolis in the 90s
they? Oh, nice.
at a bar called First Avenue, which is still open today. And it's owned, well, it was owned. I don't think it is anymore. You know Prince, the
Yeah.
singer Prince?
Yeah, of
He's
course.
dead now. But it was his bar. It was all purple
Oh, really?
and black. It was fucking crazy. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, like I said, I used to live in Thunder Bay, and Minneapolis was like 7 hours. So whenever something big came through, we'd always jump in a van and cruise up and check it out. So
Nice. That's awesome.
all right, Stu, you're off the hook. I'll ask you real questions. Yeah, same thing, I guess. The time machine.
Pink Floyd live at Pompeii, or Creed at the Super Bowl.
That would be better.
Cool. Okay, we got a couple more here. Let's see. Name something that you listened to within the last 4 hours.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna do one, and it's gonna be shouting out a local band, Delonia. We were just listening
yeah,
to
that's
that in the
Yeah, we
car.
were
Yeah.
just listening to Delonia.
The song "No More Apricots."
The Goat and Your Mom.
We actually were just
We
listening
were
to
listening
that.
to that too.
And an unreleased Teenage Fiction song, actually.
Oh yeah,
Unreleased Teenage Fiction.
yeah.
Yeah, we can leak it live on air if you want right now.
Yeah, play it on your phone. Just hold it up to the microphone.
Yeah, we're gonna leak it. Sorry.
Sorry, Sandy. Okay. Let me see. A couple more. If you could have a drink with any musician or anybody, I guess, live or dead, who would it be?
What's this? David Wilcox for sure.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, I would love to meet Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck,
Chuck,
like
yeah.
the Chuck.
I kind of want to meet Chuck too now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah, Chuck would be a good one, or Steve from Steven and the Stab Wounds.
True. I would love to have a Corona with that
That'd be a
guy.
good
Yeah.
one, that would be a cool one.
I heard he's got a shortage of those though.
But Hendrix would be cool. I feel like he'd just be like a chill guy, just hanging out.
He'd be super high.
Yeah, I could get behind that. You know.
Yeah. It'd be fun. Okay, that's it. Very last question, and it's for everybody. And this is new to the season 7 of Ego and Vice.
Oh, nice.
I asked Backseat Dragon this. I asked Kingfisher this. Now I'm going to ask you this.
Sick.
Who is Root Cause?
I don't think they're anything.
It's the dirt that you step on when you're on the sidewalk. It's the crumbled up leaves at the end of your street.
You know the stuff when you're barefoot and it's kind of on your feet after you take your shoes off? That's root cause.
We're the water in your socks.
You know, whenever you've been drinking all night but you haven't eaten anything, and then finally you pull trig, and like it's like the first little bit of bile. I'd say that.
That's a good analogy.
Get tickets today, folks. It's going to be a good one. Anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you
It's
for
been a
having
lot of
us.
fun.
Yeah.
Stu, you can keep the socks.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but the best. And I'm definitely going to check out a show in the future.
Hell yeah.
Heck
dude.
yeah,
so
thank you.
much.
And all the best.
Awesome.
thank you.
Thanks.
And yeah, it's pretty fun to hang out in the sun, but all I think about are my lungs. Grab up some black stuff, spit it out now in the bathtub. Pretty fun to hang out in the sun, but all I think about are my lungs. Grab up some black stuff, spit it out now in the bathtub. Never underestimate your touch, and when you say good luck, my mind melts. Stealing shit jokes that never works out well. Find my way, 50 hours across the state. Drive me home and we'll stay up late. Smoke some weed and we'll both get laid. Find my way, 50 hours across the state. Drive me home and we'll stay up late. Smoke some weed and we'll both get up late. I have change in my heart. Yeah, it took a while, way too long, and you have hate in your heart. I have change in my heart. Yeah, it took a while, way too long, and you have hate in your heart. I still taste the blood, or maybe that's just love. Smell your sweat, I'm packing up my stuff. Alive now, but it never felt good, I never sang so loud. I still taste the blood, or maybe that's just love. State some facts and maybe just move on. Surprise now, but it never works out when he's at your house. Your house. Your house. Find my way, 50 hours across the state. Drive me home and we'll stay up late. Smoke some weed and we'll both get laid. Find my way, 50 hours across the state. Drive me home and we'll stay up late. Smoke some weed and we'll both get up late. I have change in my heart. Yeah, it took a while, way too long, and you have hate in your heart. I have change in my heart. Yeah, it took a while, way too long, and you have hate in your heart.
Hey, so that's the end of episode 127. I want to thank Liam, Alex, and Stu for coming down to Southwood Studio and hanging out and telling their story and sharing some of their music. And Stu, you owe me a pair of socks. I'm just kidding. You can keep those. Anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at egoandvice@gmail.com. If you want to listen to the podcast, just go to egoandvicepodcast.com. Everything you ever needed, every link you ever could hope for is there. And that's where you'll find it. Anyway, Season 7, I've said it 3 times on this podcast again. I might as well say it again. Season 7 rolls on. And, yeah, I'm just going to keep going till the wheels come off, my friends. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.